So my name is Marc Polansky. I am an FTA, that stands for First Technical Advisor. I'm basically responsible for the field itself, for the build of the field, the construction, the maintenance throughout the events, ensuring the robots have connectivity, they can talk to the field, and they can talk to the driver stations. So I'm basically just here to make sure the teams all have the best experience they can, that the field is functional, that the robots are functional, and that everybody has a good time.
How much effort is it to put into this for Worlds?
It's an incredible amount of effort. This is the largest robot competition, I think, almost in the world. Normally a robot competition, or at least a first event, would have a single field operating. At this event, there are 6 fields operating simultaneously. So the hall is enormous. It takes a good 15-20 minutes to walk from one side to the other.
Right.
And it's just fields and robots as far as the eye can see. So it takes about 3 days to fully set up all the fields here as soon as we arrive.
Let's get a little prediction. Let's put you on the hook.
Okay.
What division do you think is going to win the World Championship in Detroit?
So I'm going to throw a curveball into this because obviously everybody knows about Curie. Curie is probably the most stacked division in the history of FRC. The problem is, I think, the competition is going to be so fierce over there. Whoever emerges victorious from that is going to be bruised and battered. And going into the round robin and then moving on to Einstein, we'll see what happens. There's been a lot of upsets this season, especially in Houston after last week. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of lower-seeded teams or lower-seeded alliances moving on in the playoffs, just because the fields are so deep.
I think this game is the most fair game, period. Out of every game that's happened the last couple of years, it doesn't matter who you are, if you proper strategy and execution, you can win, right?
Oh, yeah,
Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, the big difference is this year defense plays a huge role. And a defensive robot is not so much about having the most complicated mechanisms or the best engineering per se. It's really about driver skill and robustness.
Right.
If you can build a strong enough drivetrain, you can effectively play defense. So that dramatically increases the barrier to entry for teams because now suddenly they can be effective in a match. They can have a dramatic outcome on the effect of the match versus just needing to score points.
Right.
So there's a much larger balance between the offense and the defensive this year.
What other division do you think is the dark horse then? What division do you think it could be?
That's a tough call because all the attention's been on Curie, so I haven't looked too deep into the other fields.
Yeah.
I know this is my field here, Carson. We have some perennial powerhouses. We have Wildstang 111. We have 67, the hot team. So I mean, it could be a toss-up.
All right. Thank you for giving us your time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for what you do for us.
Oh, no worries. Thank you.